notification bell and never miss a video. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you don't know, you can watch this video and all my videos ad-free on Tingles. That's right, no ads on the Tingles app for mobile phones. If you'd like to do that, go ahead and check out the link in my description and you'll be led right there. I also want to add in, because I have been getting a couple questions about this. Someone asked me if I was still uploading on Mondays and Thursdays, and yes, I am still uploading twice a week. I may not be able to always get to every single Monday and every single Thursday, but typically, if I can't do Monday, I'll still do Tuesday, or, I'll still try to do twice per week. Sometimes, if I'm on vacation or traveling and I am unable to record videos in advance in time, I may miss a couple videos there. And this past break was actually more of a scheduled one for me, because I just needed to take a little bit of time to kind of recharge and do some self-care. And really, that's what ASMR is all about, right? Self-care. And so I do think it's important for creators to still be able to take that time as well, without necessarily having to, stress out with creating extra videos as they are preparing for their break. And so I did take a couple weeks off and just kind of took a mental break there. Just so you guys know, anytime that I am going to be away, I usually do post updates on my Instagram at MegInWhispers, or you can also find updates on the community tab of my YouTube page. It's right over next to the video section, and I'll just put like a screen cap of it here, and I'll circle the area where you can go check it out. So I usually post updates there as well. Okay, so today's video might be a little bit off the beaten path for my style of videos. Typically I do a lot of recipes and food and how-tos, but today's video is going to kind of link into someone's request that they had recently. So I had gotten a request from someone to do a nail and hand care video, and I thought it was a little bit ironic, because I'm not sure if you all have seen my nails, but they're not in great shape. They never really have been. So I was just kind of like surprised by that request, because I never paint my nails. I never really do anything super special for my hands or my nails. And so I'm not sure if, I don't know, perhaps it was a new viewer who was requesting it, or I don't know, maybe they were just asking. Nevertheless, it was a great request, because it did spark the idea in me to make a video relating to hand and nail care, but not in the way that people probably expect. So this video is not going to be about painting my nails or filing them or anything to do with that kind of nail care. Instead, I am going to be addressing on video for the first time about my nails. So I get questions from time to time, people who are concerned about me, and they'll say, Megan, like, what is going on with your nails, your hands, like, are you okay? And the reason why I say that is because, I'll actually zoom in the camera so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so the reason why I say that is because, as you can see, I often will have cuts on my cuticles in kind of odd places, and I know that it's not typical, but that's why people ask me, and would say that it's more rare that I don't have cuts and that all my fingers look healed and normal. And the reason why I have these cuts is because I actually skin pick, and there's no delicate way to say it, I don't think. And again, I'm sorry if this video is not your cup of tea for ASMR. That's completely understandable, but as someone who does that, personally, if I saw a video about this, I would be interested, and so I just wanted to make it as a way to kind of refer people to a place when they ask me questions about my hands, my fingers, my nails. So, I'm gonna just kind of tell you my story, and then I'm gonna kind of get into like what it actually is. So for me, I grew up as early as I can remember biting my nails, right? And I think that that's a common thing for a lot of people, to bite your nails. And I eventually did grow out of nail biting, but I kind of transferred over to cuticle biting and picking as well. And so, again, I'm just gonna say, at any point during this video, feel free to leave. I know that's not perhaps the most relaxing topic, I don't know. But to me, growing up, everyone was always like, oh, Megan, she'll grow out of the whole nail biting thing. A lot of people, for them, it's just a phase. But for me, for whatever reason, it kind of transferred over to the skin picking. And so, typically, I will bite or chew at my cuticles on one or all my fingers from time to time. And that's either on like a daily basis or a cyclical basis. And I try not to like overanalyze how often I'm doing it, but there definitely are times when I will go too far and I'll get like, very deep cuts for myself. And I know that for a lot of people, they may not understand this, and I don't even necessarily understand it myself, but for me, in a sense, I don't, it happens as a result of feeling very stressed, and then I can also do it when I'm driving, and so those are kind of like my triggers for it, I guess. It is a type of OCD, I believe, although I've never been like officially diagnosed as having OCD. Based on what I've learned and researched, in what little bit I've done of that, I've gathered that it's a form of OCD. And again, this isn't something that just happens like once in a blue moon. This is like a daily basis to every few days to every, week or two for like my entire life. And so let me just read you a little bit more about this so that we can understand what I'm talking about. So this kind of came to my attention when I saw a video by Kati Morton. Kati Morton is a therapist who actually has a YouTube channel, and I will post a link to her video in the description below. But her video is called Stop Dermatillomania, Excoriation and Skin Picking, and What Is It? So her video is all about what I'm talking about right now, except obviously she's coming from a therapist's standpoint, and I am coming from someone who experiences this. So she also put in her notes for this video a lot of what she actually said, so I can just read it to you right now. DSM states that we must have recurrent skin picking that results in skin lesions. Check, I have that. We've tried to stop but can't, and it's causing significant distress or impairment in our daily functioning. Check, that is also me. I have tried to stop many times, and I still, on a day-to-day basis, try to resist and distract myself and not do it. But I think the longest that I've recreational drug use. So she goes into that a little bit in more depth in the video, explaining that for some people, if they are taking drugs or, they're involved with substance abuse, skin lesions and picking at the skin can be a side effect of that. And this is not that. I have never done any drugs in my entire life. I barely even ever drink alcohol, and when I do, I hate it. So for me, it's nothing to do with drug use or anything of that nature. It's just me. And she goes on to say, this is usually associated with OCD and trichotillomania, as well as MDD. I'm not sure what MDD is, but I believe that trichotillomania is when people do hair pulling. But I do not have that. I do not do hair pulling. She says most people who struggle with skin picking disorder spend at least 1 hour a day picking, thinking about picking, or resisting urges to pick. That is also me. They will even miss work, school, or social activities because of their skin picking. Now for me, I don't know, it's never really been that extreme to the point where I'm missing work or social activities, because it's my fingers and it's very easy to just throw band-aids on my fingers and cover them up in that way. It used to be more embarrassing for me when I was little, because people would always ask me, like, oh my god, what happened to your finger? And for me it was surprising, because for me that was my normal. I would wear band-aids like pretty often because of my skin picking, but for everyone else, they probably only wore band-aids if they like fell down or like cut themselves accidentally with a knife or something. So like for me, I was like, why are these people asking me this? But for them, they probably saw me wearing band-aids like all the time, and they were like, okay, why? So now I understand it a lot more, but still, I would get embarrassed and I would come up with excuses like, oh, my cat scratched me, or I don't know, I got a paper cut. That's a good one that I use a lot of the time, saying that I just got a paper cut. And I don't think I've like ever actually gotten a real paper cut in my life, and if I have, it is way more mild than what actually happens to my fingers. So she says that, and I'll also say that in regard to social activities, it has made me late to social activities more often, but I don't recall ever like missing a social activity or choosing not to attend something. But there have definitely been occasions where I'll be so distracted by skin picking that I'll lose track of time, and I won't leave on time for something, or I won't get ready in time, and so I can be late to a social activity. So she says that stress increases our urges to pick, and many report that when they do pick, their stress levels go down a bit. So you can see how it's linked to OCD. And that is so true. Like when I'm feeling stressed, I will find myself just really going to town on the skin picking or the chewing, and I won't even register with me until I've like been doing it for like 20 minutes, and it's very strange because it can come on so fast, and I can multitask and do other things, and I'm not even like realizing that I'm doing it. And then I can also do it out of boredom as opposed to stress as well, especially when I'm driving. Like I'll drive with one hand, and then on the other one I'll be chewing. And so that can be relaxing. And I don't know how to describe it because it is very paradoxical. Yes, it does hurt when I do it, and yet at the same time the pain kind of doesn't matter as much as the feeling of needing to do it, and then getting like the brief relaxation when an area that was annoying me is then like smoothed out by the picking. So confusing in that way, and I don't know how to explain it other than like the pain doesn't really register, and I kind of just continue to do it. Even when there is pain, like if there's pain happening with one finger, like I'll just move to another finger, and it's very odd. So she talks about therapy options, like talk therapy, habit reversal training, and stimulus control therapy, as well as medication. Now, I've never actually gotten an official diagnosis for this. I have done therapy in the past for other things, but never, like, this was never really like a therapeutic goal for me, and I've never gone to therapy specifically because of this. I don't know, I know that it's the classic thing to say that you don't need help, but for me, like, it doesn't really affect my social life that much, to the point where it's causing like all these other issues. So I don't know, for me, I kind of am okay with, myself, getting myself to stop for a couple weeks, and like between that and the band-aids, like everything kind of works out. So for me, it's not a huge deal. It's more of just an inconvenience and an OCD thing that I can't break, despite having tried. And I know that, in the future, maybe I can afford to go to therapy for it, but currently at this time, it's not something that I can afford, and so I won't be doing that. So yeah, that is what she says in the video description. If you want to learn more, please go check out that video, especially if you are someone that also deals with this or suffers from it. She really is such a compassionate person, and she goes into detail about it, and she answers a lot of questions that I had coming into it, even as someone who deals with this themselves. And so yeah, and so just to, I don't know, I'm not even sure if you guys are interested in these types of details. Probably not, but I don't know. I know some people are, especially those who deal with this. But what I figured I would do for the rest of the video is just kind of explain a little bit more about like what happens, and then how I deal with it. So when this kind of happens, it usually happens because there'll be like one little piece of like a little piece of skin that's like coming off, and so I'll want to pick it away so that it can be smooth. It will also happen if my nails are long, because having long nails allows me to pick better, and so that's why I keep my nails so short, so that I can't chew them, and so that I can't use them to pick my other cuticles. Okay, now the problem is, even though I am not using my fingernails, I will usually just use tweezers instead, and I try not to go too crazy. I usually am just trying to get my cuticles back a little bit so that I can clip them with a nail clipper. And so I have kind of evolved from just chewing and having that those messy edges, which cause me to want to pick more, to instead using tweezers, which they get the cuticle out of the way more effectively, and then just using the nail clippers so that I can clip away and create a smooth edge. So what I'm trying to say is that the use of the tweezers and the nail clippers makes everything faster, less stressful, and I can do it without hurting myself, and I can remove whatever skin is bothering me without actually causing any lesions or pain or anything like that. So it is kind of akin to nail clipping. It's just that I am clipping excess skin that's growing over my nail. I'm pushing it back and then I'm clipping it away. So yeah, that is why I keep my nails so short. But typically, a lot of the injury will come from chewing instead. So the chewing is what seems to always lead to the actual cuts. So in today's video, I figured I would just put on some band-aids so that I can heal from this round of skin picking, and I will be okay. I also use a little bit of Neosporin or like coconut oil or something just to have as a layer in between the dry band-aid and my raw skin. So I'm just gonna do my thumb first. It's a little bit weird because my Neosporin is like very warm because it's summertime, so it's like quite liquidy. But I'm just gonna put that over the spot where I need it, and then I'm going to apply my band-aid to that spot. Whoops, okay. And I want it to get over the actual spot. Alright. Okay, so this one's done. It's all set. I will not be picking this one anymore. Let's move on to this one. I'm going to first apply a little bit of the Neosporin. I don't need a lot because it's already quite liquidy. So that's it. And I'm just going to unwrap my band-aid. And I'm going to apply this over the cut. And I'm just gonna squeeze it so that it goes on there. Okay. So this one's fine now as well. I'm just gonna do a quick look, and yes, I have another one right there. So again, I'm going to unwrap my band-aid first. Hold it there. I'm going to put a little bit of Neosporin on here just to help it stay a little bit moisturized so it's not so rough between the band-aid and my finger. Sometimes when I don't do the Neosporin, honestly, it can hurt way more. So the Neosporin helps it to just kind of like feel comfortable underneath the band-aid. Alright, so I think that is it. My other nails and cuticles are not perfect by any means, but I don't think that they have any cuts. Okay, so that's it for today on the band-aids. I only needed 3, which is good. That's usually the point that I get to. So guys, why did I make this video? I made it because, I get so many questions about why my cuticles and my hands look the way they do, and I just wanted to provide a video so that I could just link people to this video in the future and answer their questions that way. I also wanted to make it in case this helps to support anyone else who deals with this. as well and to give them a resource to go check out, which is Kati Morton's video. And yeah, I don't know. I hope that this wasn't too strange of a video. And I hope that you guys maybe learned something. And perhaps we're still able to relax to the whispering and the sound of the band-aids. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a little bit of something. As a reminder, links are in the description to Kati Morton's video, the Tingles app, where you can watch all my videos ad-free, and you can support me there as well, so I can continue to go and make more videos in the future. And yeah, anything else that I can think of, you will see in the description